Hey everyone, just thought I'd give you all a work update. I don't want to sound like I'm the problem here, but maybe I am. I look at things for what's the common denominator, and it's me in this instance. I've had to put in a complaint at work about one of the managers for what can I describe as bullying. Now, I'll explain. Some of the people in the office know my situation. It's been pretty well publicised, so it's hardly surprising. And on the whole, they're all really supportive. They really are. It's just this one guy, and I recognise this because I've had it before, right? So when I did my induction, obviously I was over like well over £100 in transport, which I was helped towards. We're supposed to be reimbursed that. Yeah, it takes 2 weeks to get expenses back. I gave him my train tickets 5 weeks ago. Still haven't had it back. Yeah, they've disappeared. Right, and I explained at the time. I said I could do with getting this back because I need to survive until I get paid. Ultimately it was 6 weeks I worked before I got paid. So I went 6 weeks for nothing. I've been paid now, so it's not an issue. But there's that. Yeah. And then when I was doing the bouncy castle there was, as you know, there was the residents group on Facebook where they were sort of following me. I was just looking at it, and there was someone said that they was anyone passing. I can't remember. It was near where I worked anyway. So they needed to get there, and they were in town. Obviously, I live in town, and I was going that way for work. So I messed about. I said, "Yeah, if you need a lift, I'm going that way for work. Not an issue." Yeah, because we get given a van to do the bouncy castle in. We're not allowed to use the work vans, right? Out like the plumbing vans in our own time. Didn't think anything of it. Get called into the office by him. I've been offering people lifts in the company van on Facebook. So excuse me. So he's scrutinising my Facebook, like flattered for one. Do you want a link to my YouTube? Wasn't impressed by that. And he said, well, you haven't got a car, so how are you driving people around? I thought to myself, why the hell am I explaining this? I haven't got to explain anything. Like, you've gone out of your way to basically stalk me on Facebook to look for a reason to bring me into the office. So I said, like, yeah, I'll get a van with my other job. So instead, I don't do anymore. He goes, oh, we have trackers on our vans, yeah, and it's a thing called Lightfoot. Basically, when you drive along, it beeps you, it tells you when to change gear, all this sort of stuff. It's so annoying. Mine keeps playing up, yeah, and like it'll just like stop working midway through. And it's been like that since they gave me the van, yeah. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I cut my hand, yeah, and I had to go to the hospital to have it stitched. And then I had to go home from work because it kept opening up. And then I just had the next day off because it was the Friday, because I just wanted it to heal up. So it's really hard for me to work where I need both my hands. So anyway, and he then goes about this. He goes, "Oh, it just seems suspicious that your tracker stops working the minute you take some time off." I was like, "What exactly are you implying here?" Right, you know exactly what he's saying. That I've disconnected my tracker so I can be a taxi on Facebook in a sign written van. I mean, so I bit my tongue, like I always do, and he's just on me all the time, just stuff like this, yeah. Like, I never hand work back. Like, we have our scheduled days work, and then we'll have emergencies come in as well whilst we're working. And obviously, if it gets to 3 o'clock and you've still got a load of jobs left, they've got to reschedule because they've put more work on you. I don't do that. I'll work through, yeah, and I'll get them all done. Now, the first month of me working there, I didn't claim any overtime because I was new back into the job and I needed to get back up to speed. So I thought fair's fair. But now, obviously, I've been there 6 weeks, so I am going to stop. I am putting my overtime in. So all this week I've been on call. I'm supposed to finish at 4, yeah? Yet they're giving me, like, a full day's work still, and then getting the emergencies on top. So I've been working through it all, not handing it back. And I've done about 10 hours overtime this week. And then obviously there's my call out as well. Now on Friday, it gets to 10 to 5, and I'm still on this job. He rings me up. "Where are you?" I was like, "You know where I am. You can see on my PDA where I am." "Why haven't you finished yet?" I was like, "Because I haven't. Because I need you to close down the job." I was like, "Well, yeah, when I'm finished, I will." And he's basically saying, like, suddenly it's the fact that I'm getting through my work and not handing it back because it's got to be rescheduled. That's a problem. And then just giving you a few examples. This has been relentless. I'm just giving you a few examples here, yeah. Obviously, in my line of work, you do get covered in piss shit, the lot, yeah. It's part and parcel of it. Now, there was a few weeks ago, like, I got a load of wee on me, yeah, and I was passing by my house. And so out of courtesy, I just said, I was flying into mine to change my t-shirt. Yeah, I'd take it out my lunch breaks. We got half hour for lunch. Not a problem. And then the other week, I was on a job and it was like they'd flooded out and like I was having to lie on the floor in like an inch of water. So the whole left-hand side of my body was just soaked. My trousers, t-shirt, everything, yeah. And it was like 20 to 5. And I phoned up the office and I said, like, I've done it, yeah. So, look, I'm completely soaked. Is it all right if I go home? If not, I'll go home and I'll get changed and I'll ring back in. You know, I mean, it's 20 minutes before the day ends. So I have to ring him. I rang him up. He goes, oh, this keeps happening. I was like, what, once before? I said, if it's a problem, I'll get changed and I'll ring back in. You can find me something else to do for 5 minutes. He goes, oh, you need to stop keeping clothes in your van. And I was like, what difference does that make? I said, I'm not taking my clothes off in my van. It's not happening. I'm sorry. If I was a woman, you wouldn't ask me to do that. And he goes, oh, we can use a public toilet. And I was like, are you for real? That's even worse. Stripping off in a public toilet. I mean, I know I've had to do these things in the past, yeah, but I don't want to have to do them anymore. Yeah. And I said, no. I said, it's not happening. He goes to me, you ready for this? You'll take your top off on Facebook, but you won't take your top off in your van. I'm really struggling not to explode at this point, yeah. And I was like, no, I'll take my top off gladly. I'm not taking my trousers off, okay? I'm not standing in my front of my van, because you can't do it in the back. It ain't tall enough, there's tools, there ain't a light. I'm not in the front of my van in full view of everyone, taking my trousers off, yeah? Sorry, no, okay? I'll put my foot down this. That is not happening, yeah? And so it's just relentless. It's every day this guy's like this. And I've noted all down, I've put in a complaint to HR about it. Because it's bullying. I know what it is, because he knows my situation. There's this instant suspicion of me that, you know, I couldn't possibly have had any sort of a past before I was homeless. That defines me. I've dealt with these people for years now. And I say, on a whole, majority of people are really supportive, yeah. I don't expect any special treatment, I really don't. But at the same time, I don't expect to be victimised because of it. It's really getting me down, because I really enjoy this job. I'm really grateful for this job, and it's just one prat. So anyway, I was behind a Dyno plumbing van the other day, and they've got a thing on the van, plumbers wanted. So I phoned them up, and they was like, took my number and that, and I will get the area manager to ring you back. And this was so nice. This guy Mark, he phoned me back, and he said to me, "Are you the Michael, the plumber, the guy that was homeless?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." He goes, "Oh, I read about you." I was like, "Oh, thank you." And it was really nice what he said. He said, you know, it showed amazing determination and resolve, the fact that I've carried on through all of it, just trying to get my life back together. And I explained to him my problem with the car. I said, I really enjoy my job, but, you know, I've got this person, they're bullying me, and it's just, once this complaint goes in, I know it, my position is going to be untenable. I just know it is. And I've got to do up another CV and send it to him, but it seems like he'll give me a job straight away. He was so nice, this guy. So I mean, like, you get these opposite ends of the spectrum. You get some complete prat that's just on a power trip, and then you get someone like this guy that's, you know, that recognises that I'm willing to work 10 times harder than anyone else. I don't know. Anyway, I just needed to moan at you like I do. And again, I don't want it to seem, I know I'm the common denominator in all this, and that really bugs me. It really does. I don't know what to do. I can only be me. I can only do my work to my best ability. I don't know. Anyway, picking up my bike next weekend, I was so excited. So excited. It's just, out of everything, there's only been one time I've been able to buy myself something nice, and that was this. And I've been able to buy this now as well, and it's just, it means a lot to me. It really does. Just, so I've got nothing, you know, everything I wear was given to me. So I just feel a little bit proud of myself that I managed to sort of get somewhere. Anyway, big love, guys. We'll chat soon. All right, bye.